Almost lit my hair on fire. All right, got to put my pretty lipstick on, all right? Gotta get the pretty bitch out for this reading. Here we go. I have no idea what today's energy is going to be about, okay? All I know is that something is fucked. And for some reason, I don't really want my eyes on the TV today, so my eyes are not going to be there today, okay? Let's see. Something is going on. Whoa. 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 Oh, pushy people up in the chat, eh? Jeez Louise. Well, you guys, you know you're only here just to talk to yourselves, so just talk a bunch, your geek lose yourself, leave us all out of it, all right? Then go bomb somebody else's chat, okay? Frig off. Abracadabra. Ooh, damn. Speak your heart in a way that creates a gratitude rampage. Abracadabra on your heart chakra and just be still, be here. Abracadabra is said to be a magical series of numbers, and it can write, and if you write it out in a certain way, it will bring miracles into your life. The literal translation is, I will create as I speak. Wow, that's powerful as fuck. I will create as I speak. Initiation. Oh my God. Somebody is being asked to step up and speak. Speak, I don't know, like speak for yourself, speak for your past, speak for the, honestly, when I really learned to, like, when I really spoke for myself, I spoke for my childhood self. Like, I spoke for my inner child. I didn't speak from my point of view as an adult or how I saw it as an adult. I saw it as, I said it how I would have interpreted it as a small child. Like, I spoke for my child. Like, so maybe somebody has to release something. All right, release something, say something. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The events in the world are not doing much either to cheer one up. Okay, so, oh yeah, is that about dinner? Yeah, okay, you are what you eat. You're sure to find out what you're feeding yourself is actually all consuming. Don't let it eat you up. Okay, so like something is eating you up. Something is eating somebody up. I will create as I speak. It encourages you to speak from your heart. Dinner and dance. Let's dance. All right, let's see here. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. All right, let's do this. This is the Tower. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is happening to somebody? Okay, this might be somebody around you. Like they have a secret they got to tell you. Or like if you have a secret inside of you, you got to get this out. Okay, there's the Five of Wands in reverse. You can't lead anyone out of the forest if you're disoriented, and no matter how much you want to help others, you need to shine your light on your own path. When your resources are limited, the only thing you can do is make decisions that feel right to you. Okay, so like maybe you feel like, okay, this could be somebody you're dealing with, or maybe it's you, or you feel like, I don't know, okay, maybe you have feelings for somebody and you think they don't care. Okay, and you think like whatever, I don't know what. Let me get this fucking idiot out of here first. Okay, maybe there's the Babadook. You'll see him if you look. Okay, so maybe there's somebody around you that spirit is like, if you really look, you're going to know who this person is. Okay, I think this person has something to say, and it's like, I don't know why it's so hard for them to say it. Now I'm itching this tattoo on my back. So I have this tattoo on my back, and it says she won. Okay, like it's this whole thing, but in the side it says she won. So okay, the Babadook. Books are portals that take us to other worlds, and so is your phone. Your phone is a portal. It can take you and transport you to other places. Okay. Hey girl, I see. I wouldn't have even known you were there because this friggin' idiot took up 3/4 of the chat. Sorry about that. Yeah, they're stupid. You know what, Diane? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make you a moderator. And then you're always here if you want, okay? If you want, when people do shit like that and it bothers you, like if they're going off like that, you can shut them down. So now when you write something, your name will be blue and you have the power to shut people down. If you want it. If you don't want to use the power, you don't have to. But I mean, you're always here. You always take notice of people being stupid. So if you want to, one girl, she always, she'll just put them on a timeout. You can put people on timeout. You can delete them. You have the power, baby. Don't abuse it. All right, here we go. Okay, so books are portals, just like I said, so is your phone. Okay, and it works both ways. Okay, so where can you read between the lines? Spirit is asking you to read in between the lines on something. Somebody's not getting something, okay? You're not getting the message. There's another tower. This one's upside down. That one's upright. This one's upside down. Rejecting change isn't going to prevent it from coming. It will just leave you powerless and frustrated. Like, okay, so I was thinking about the tower, I think yesterday. And it was kind of a peculiar thought because I went to myself like, if you want to stay in a house that's old, okay, then you have to do things to keep the house from falling down. Yeah, see, now now you got the power. You can shut those freaking idiots down. Okay. I feel like, if you have an old house and there's things that you have to do to keep the structure from falling. Okay. You have to basically do everything you can. If you want a structure to stay upright, whatever it is, okay, your fucking house, your business, your life, your kids, your anything. Okay. You have to keep building it and doing things for it. So then you support its foundation so it won't fall. Okay. So it's like, whatever this is, okay, maybe the soup that you're eating every day, okay, you're telling yourself that nobody is capable of doing what you can do. Nobody is capable of keeping their life together the way that you do. Nobody is capable of, I don't know, being a part of your life. Or it seems like somebody is like, pushing away something that is being put into their life. It's almost as if having a child and you just keep pushing it away as if you're rejecting it. Reject. Like, so, yes, I feel like somebody is no, actually my sister is kind of an astrologer, to be honest. But I feel like somebody is like rejecting somebody, or they're rejecting something. Okay. And the universe is like, they're saying to you, by rejecting this person or this offer, whatever this is that you're connecting with, okay, you're rejecting yourself. Okay, because it's a reflection of you in some way, and you're suspended in time, which means you're suspended in time for a reason, right? There's the Three of Pentacles. It's like something is here, or somebody is here to help you. All right. Nine of Cups. It's almost as if, and then it says the story of a wish come true. It's almost as if somebody feels like if they do this, they're going to put everything into it. And I think they're scared to do that. Okay. And now I'm getting somebody working. Okay. And like they have a boyfriend, and they start doing this job and they work so hard at it that it actually slowly starts to kind of like put pressure on their relationship, because now they want to work really hard. And if people don't understand when you want to work, right, then they're not respecting you. Right? When you have at-home jobs, or when you are, you're side hustling, you need somebody to support you that understands that. Not everybody wants to just sit around and have all this free time, right? They fill their free time with a side hustle. Even if they're already hustling, it doesn't matter, right? Some people, they have a lot of energy, and honestly, I went camping this one time for a few days in the bush, and I couldn't stop foraging. I couldn't stop. It got to the point where like I had to physically remove myself, because I can't just sit in nature and not do stuff and like start to make stuff. And, like it's whether it's like collecting rocks, putting them together, while it's like making something, whether it's I made that particular time I was in the woods, I made a lot of wands, and we had a fire going basically the whole time. So I would burn the wood, and then I would carve it. I ended up blisters all over my hand after that weekend because of how much wood carving I did. It was insane. I just sat there by the fire fucking carving wood. And, it's hard to sit in nature and not do stuff. Okay, so sometimes for people, they're not meant to just sit there and watch TV. They're not meant to just sit around not doing anything. Some people really like to stay entertained. They entertain themselves all the time. They're always doing stuff. Okay, so like if you can imagine, I'm picking up this energy, then there are people that are just like you, that do that kind of stuff, that are constantly moving around, doing this, doing that. It's very hard for them to just kind of be still. It's hard for people to be still. It's not easy. It's hard for me to even be still. Sometimes my mind doesn't want me to be still, and I'll sit down, and it's like as soon as I go to like relax, I get up and I start doing things again. Like it's very hard to just, and some people, like there's one boyfriend that I dated, he used to get so angry with me because it was really hard for me to like sit and watch TV or like watch movies, because I'm in a lot of pain, right? And I don't take anything, and it's just something I've learned to deal with. So it's very hard to just sit there like a bump on a log for hours. Like I will be up and down and up and down and up and down. Like sometimes I usually just put shit on in the background because I'll never actually sit and watch it. It's hard for me to sit there unless it's the end of the day and I don't want to move anymore. It's really hard. So like people do have a hard tendency, and then they think, well, how can I incorporate something else in my life if this is how I am? But if you know how you are, then that's really, opening up that door to other people. If they don't accept it, I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying things out. If you know how you are, then, if things are going to work or they're not. And if you really don't think things are going to work, okay, that you're going to immerse yourself into it too much, that you're going to put too much into it, and this person's not going to, or this, whatever this is, this job's not going to give you what you want, or, you're going to, I don't know, maybe this is like, I don't know, you're going to work with a team or something, and maybe you feel like you're going to be the one that knows everything and it's going to piss you off that everybody's so dumb. I don't know. I feel like that kind of arrogance wouldn't be on here. I feel like, okay, so I've been starting to learn that there's this voice in my head that is, it hates me. It hates everything I do. It hates every time I try. It hates every time I sit down. It just hates me. And I have to learn not to listen to that voice, because that my voice, my soul's voice, is very soft, very gentle. It doesn't yell at me. It's very like this, just chill, relax. Yeah, you're in pain, but it doesn't mean that you have to be, I feel like when I get that extra power surge inside of me, that kind of feels like actually where I get my fibromyalgia. That's where I start picking up somebody else's energy that doesn't want me to relax, doesn't want me to just enjoy it, doesn't want me to savor the moment. It wants me to keep moving, which inevitably kind of ends up really hurting my back, because I have to stop, I have to rest, but it doesn't want me to. Right? It wants me to keep working. And that's usually my stepmother. She had a really hard time. We could never just sit down. Even if we were at the trailer, even if we were vacationing, you couldn't sit down. You couldn't relax. You couldn't just turn on a movie in the middle of the day. You had to be gone. You had to be out of the house doing something. It was very abusive. Right. And it gives, when people are like that, it gives you a tick, right? Constant moving. And they call that ADHD, and they blame it on you, when they were the ones that wouldn't let you stop. They were the ones that kept, ticking you to do things. It wasn't you that did this. It was somebody else. So now that you have all this stuff inside you, learn how to control it. Right? Because just because somebody else didn't accept you for the way that you were, or hated that you got up all the time, it doesn't mean that everybody else is going to. I mean, if you miss the movie, you miss the movie. If you want me to pause it, I'll pause it. If you don't, I'm going to still play it. Right? Like, not everybody's life stops because they miss a part of the movie because they went to the bathroom, okay? Or they had to get up and stretch their legs, okay? Now, some people, I mean, my God, I couldn't even talk in a room with my aunt there without her freaking out, pausing the show and being like, does anybody else need to speak? Because I'm watching a show. And it was like, bitch, like, it's like fucking Christmas. Like, we're all just sitting around talking. Like, put the fucking subtitles on. Go to your room and watch the fucking show. Like, we're not here to watch TV. But some people are, like, set on TV. They need the news at 5:30. They need TV in their face exactly at 7 o'clock every day. And it's just like, it's kind of punishing, right? There was one summer I didn't turn on the TV once. I lived with two dudes in the bush, and both these guys, I used to piss them off so much because I just sit outside all day, and they'd be like, what are you doing out here? What are you doing? And I'd be like, what am I not doing? I don't know. There's this one time, because I was sitting outside so long at this house, there's this time where I saw a school of blue jays fly over my head. I told my sister's husband's father-in-law about it, and he said that was like a fluke that I would never see again in my life. Like, he was like, are you sure they were blue jays? And I'm like, dude, I was looking at them. Like, I know what a blue jay looks like. Hello, like, they're blue. And he's like, yeah, but they don't migrate together. They don't hang out together. And I'm like, well, tell that to the group that was above me when I was sitting outside. Oh my God, I was so high on mushrooms sitting in the backyard. Because usually sometimes I just, sit there and eat mushrooms and fucking stare at the sky, like wondering what was going to happen that day, just in my backyard. And I swear to God, there was this fucking staircase, okay, that just came out of nowhere. Okay, there was 12 steps. I counted them, 12 steps. They were huge. But then as each step went up, it kind of like, kind of tapered at the top. And then there was this huge man laying down, okay? He looked hilarious. He had this long, like, Fabio hair. And he was laying down, and he had his arm back, and he was looking at me. It was the weirdest thing I ever saw in my life. Like, I stared at it. It was probably in the sky for, I don't know, an hour, solid hour. And it slowly kind of like dissipated, like slowly, just one step, kind of like, that was obviously a day where like the wind was just not moving. And the craziest things that I saw outside living there. And I spent it was like 4 months I counted. I didn't turn the TV on. I didn't. Sometimes I would just sit out there with a 6-pack of Guinness, and Into like 4 o'clock in the morning in the pitch black outside because I wouldn't let anybody turn any lights on because you can see the best with no lights on, right? So I wouldn't allow anybody to turn the lights on when they come outside because they have to smoke in the dark with me. I'd be like, fuck you, you're not turning any goddamn lights on. I'm looking right at it. You think I was the weirdest person ever to live with? I don't like lights. I'm like, I have my candle here, as you can see. I have dark lighting in my room. I'm not somebody that likes light. I have very sensitive eyes. So trust me, there are weird people out there, okay? Whatever somebody's holding back or like doesn't want to say, it's like massively like, I feel like it's traumatizing somebody, okay? Maybe it's like, if you have something to say, I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. Even if you just want to call somebody out on your fucking Facebook, do it. Okay, abracadabra, poof, I give you permission, okay? Just fucking do it. Honestly, people are such pussies out there. They're not going to fucking do anything. It's called freedom of speech. You're allowed to speak. You're allowed to say what's on your mind. It doesn't matter if it involved your parents or it involved somebody in high school. They shouldn't have done it if they can't take responsibility for it now, because back in the day when they were doing it, it was all fun and games, okay? So sometimes when you hold yourself back from saying something, I mean, if it's an apology, if it's a fuck you, I mean, just say it. What's the point of holding it back? I mean, the only time you're gonna get mad at yourself is when you look back at this moment and go, I should have said something sooner. Why did I hold back for so long and not say something? Right? Because I mean, you're an adult. No one's gonna get you in trouble. And if you like somebody and they don't like you back, well, then you gotta eat that, you know. I like somebody right now. I'm pretty sure he hates me, but whatever. I'm still gonna love him anyways because he's a fucking amazing person and I love amazing people. So regardless if they love you back, who cares? It's called being a fan of people. I love Yellow Wolf. Do you think he loves me back? Fuck no. But he's like, it's not even really about his music. It's how messed up he is. People are messed up. Okay. And I feel like the more perfect that somebody is, the less I'm gonna like them. Because perfection doesn't exist. Even with people who look like they're perfect. Are you fucking kidding me? How many fucking scars are you covering with that turtleneck, bitch? Looking like you got fucking it all. Like, people they don't want to wear their shame. They don't want anybody to know what's going on, even though people know what's going on. It's so stupid. It's like, just be yourself. Because I can guarantee you, in a room full of people, there's going to be people who like you, and there's going to be people who hate you. And, like, the people who don't like you, they're going to lie and say that they do like you, or they're going to act like you know, they don't like you because you give them the problem. It's all bullshit. It's all just, like, lack of control and yet want to control, which is so ironic. You want to control everything, but yet you say you're out of control. That doesn't make sense. All right, next message. What are we at? 2358. Whoa! Hey! Heh. Oh. I gotta turn my fan on. It is so freaking hot where I live. I have to turn my air conditioner on. Woo-wee. Woo. Okay. Friggin' The Babadook came out again. I was gonna watch that movie. It's a crazy movie. Oh my god. And then she like keeps him in the basement. Oh my god. It's terrifying. Okay. Night of the Living Dead, The Babadook, and The Ring. The Curse, the Book with Hunger. Oh, that feels so nice. I don't want it on my feet. Keep my feet cool. That's better. don't like this message. Like, I need another one. I don't like this. I need a different message. All right, that one. Huh. Okay, so I just saw Shock, but then in my head, I started singing Shook by Mobb Deep. Okay, because ain't no such things as halfway crooks, and there isn't. Okay, you're not like 50-50 a crook. You're either a crook or you're fucking not. Okay, this isn't like, okay, you only steal half the time. You either steal or you fucking don't. Okay, so with Neighbors and Fire, I feel like you're being betrayed. I feel like you're being betrayed by people really close to you. And when you find out, it's like, I don't know, I think you're going to find out something that these people did. Yeah, okay, it is going to be these. You're going to find out what these people did, and it's going to fucking piss you off. Ace of Cups. Look at this. Ace of Cups in limbo. Like, they just spilled your shit. What up, everybody? All right? They spilled your cup. All right? And, yeah, that's obviously a big deal. Why is that a big deal? 7 of Cups. Would they take your cup when they got 7 cups, acting like they don't got nothing? They wanted a lot. Somebody around you was greedy. They wanted a lot for themselves. They wanted options, choices in front of them. And that involved taking something from you. Knight of Wands. It's almost like it's almost like Spirit can't see fully like what's inside of them. But because like ain't no such things as halfway crooks. See what I'm saying? You're either a crook or you're not. You're either fucking stealing or you're not stealing. What are you doing? Okay? This is it. This is the person. That's how they're coming out. Okay. Hermit in reverse. This person is hiding this shit right in front of you. This person's right in front of you. That's ballsy. That's fucking ballsy. 9 of Swords. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, fuck. I think they're looking right at you. And the thing is that when you figure it out, that, you know, once you see them for what they did, it's gonna devastate you. It's gonna devastate you because they were fucking right in front of you doing something. Okay, there's the 8 of Wands. Like, this shit is set in motion. Whether they like it or not, it doesn't matter. They're gonna be exposed for taking something from you because they wanted more of something. And they didn't give you anything. So then they could have this much. This money cups to choose from, seven old beautiful cups to choose from. And then the one that they give you, they keep like this. So then you never get anything. Oh, as I started itching my eye, I look at the 9 of daggers like, oh, you got to look at this to see this for what it is. There's justice. And then the 5 of swords in reverse. I don't think they see this coming. I think that this is something that they've kept you blind to their... They kept you blind to this betrayal for a reason. They wanted to look like something else in front of you. Like this is almost like a wife stealing from a husband, taking money because they want all this shit, or having a bunch of side dudes, fucking people on the side, something like that. They wanted all this, so they take a divine partner away from you so then they could have their cake and eat it too. Like, I hate the fact that all just rhymed. Okay. Like, that is gross. So you get no cake at all. So then they can have 7 different cakes in front of them. Like, honey, no. Okay. There's the 4 of wands. Oh, damn. What the magician was hiding underneath that shit. I didn't even see him underneath there. So that means that the universe is hiding something for you. So then this little Knight of Wands bullshit, Hermit in reverse, doesn't find out about it. So they're going to hide it. And then there's the Sun in reverse. See why I'm kind of like, ooh, they can hide this for you. Because they know that these people, if they find anything out about it, they're going to take it. They're going to get there before you. Somehow they're going to bully you. They're going to do something to get it because they say they need it. Well, you have nothing. Not only do you need it, but at this point you're going to die without it. And they just want another cup. They don't fucking need it. They ain't going to die if you take your cup away. Wow. But you could die if they continue down this road. Like, whoa. And there's the devil. Fuck around. I just heard fuck around, get killed. And okay, so I drove by my dad's house again today. Third time's a charm. All right, I never know when it's going to happen. I never know when I get into the car and I just drive to my dad. I never know. And because he's never there. I don't knock on his door or anything. I don't sit outside and like watch him or anything. I literally just drive by his house, flick the third eye and just keep going. Like I've done it for months now. But this is a little bit different. I was going by his house in the winter and he wasn't even there. He was like on vacation, fucking retiring somewhere. Okay. And he told me the last time I spoke that he was broke. He didn't have any money. He couldn't help me. He couldn't help my life, even though I wasn't even asking for money. I was like, I don't ask people for money. I have money. Thank you. I'm not fucking broke. I'm not some like broke ass bitch. Like I got a fucking roof over my head. Don't I? Like fucking relax. Okay. But for some reason, he always fucking thinks that I want his money all the time. Okay. So I talked to him last. And he gave me this long speech, blah, 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 about how the fact that him and his wife, he doesn't even say her name anymore. Me and my wife, we don't have money. We don't have a lot of money. We can't help you. And I was like, hey, I never asked for money. So then that kind of made me like, because that's all he wants is he wants me to feel sorry for him. He's a narcissist. So he can hurt me as much as he wants, but I'm not allowed to say anything. I'm not allowed to get mad at him. In his mind, I'm just supposed to eat shit and fucking rot. Okay. So I've been driving by his house, whatever. He's not even there. He wasn't even there. So, and then I thought he was broke. Okay, so I thought this whole time in the winter, I wasn't seeing him because like he was broke, he had no money. No, he was off retiring, fucking playing around, getting drunk with his little fucking biddy all day. Okay, so I drive by his house today and his garage door is open, blah, blah, blah. And then I see all the toys he has. He's got a boat, he's got a trailer, he's got a riding lawnmower, he's got a golf cart. Oh, by the way, he was on retirement vacation all winter, but he doesn't have a lot of money. He's got a house on the lake, 4-story house on the lake. And he was giving me this, I don't have any money, I'm broke, I'm retired, I'm old, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Living a whole fucking lie right in front of me. I live in a meth house. All I wanted was him to help me get into a new apartment. I didn't need his money. I didn't need his fucking truck. I didn't need none of his bullshit. I've moved over 40 times in my life. I don't need your little fucking man hands and your little bullshit fucking truck, okay? I could do it myself with a fucking Volkswagen, all right? I don't need your help. But he always thinks I need something. He always thinks I'm going to take him away from his wife and his wife here and his wife there. He has lied so much. Oh my God. And just let me say, the universe knows everything. They know about all these motherfuckers that are around you, stealing things, taking things, doing shit, fucking whispering, blah, 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 saying, telling people that they're, stealing from you because you don't deserve it. You did this, you did that. Fuck you. You're going to blame it on me. You're stealing from me. You're going to blame it on me. That's my fault. What the fuck? Like, ain't no such things as halfway crooks. Oh my God, that's what it is. They're stealing from you and they're telling people it's your fault. Wow. That would be like, the analogy I just heard? That would be like breaking into a Staples. I don't know why they said Staples. There's one across the street. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. They said that would be like breaking into Staples. Okay. And because somebody accidentally left the door unlocked, it's not considered a break-in. That they stole all the shit because somebody left the door unlocked. Nope. It's still theft, bitch. You can't blame the person who didn't lock the door. That's like, okay, sure, you can blame them all you want, but you stole because you're a crook, not because the door was open. If the door wasn't unlocked, they would have just jimmied the lock, right? Like, really? Really? Well, if I figured it out, fucking anybody could figure it out, so fuck you. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, this is so bad. Wow, this is bad. This is bad. This isn't good. Thing is that I don't think it's bad for you. I think you're fine. I think this is a part of like something that's going to come back around for you. It doesn't have nothing to do with you. Like this is fucked. Oh my God. And the last couple travel abouts that my sister and I have been on, I've been telling her to play her Spotify because I'm just like kind of sick of my Spotify. And my sister loves Mobb Deep. That's like, she just loves Mobb Deep. She always puts on Mobb Deep. And I'm like, I'm not really the biggest fan, but I'm not the least biggest fan. I just usually don't listen to them. And then we fucking listened to Shook today. And as soon as I saw Shook, I went, Shook? Who's Shook right now? Like, who's, like, fucking shaking in their panties right now because they've been stealing from somebody, and now they're going to go tell the cops that they stole from somebody because the door was unlocked? Honey. You going to jail. Doesn't matter about that lock, bitch. Oh, God, people. Just dumb as doorknobs. Honestly, I don't get it. Oh, probably. I've traveled a lot, to be honest. I love traveling. It's super scary. You have to travel with the right people, but I certainly know what you're saying. People living off our dreams, living off our visions, living off the things that we want to do just to keep money from us. The fuck? They're scared to look. They shook. I saw that song in my head. It's so sad that people don't know that, you know, Kimber? Very much is. Yes. I know traveling is stressful. I like driving. I like driving places. I don't really like flying. I'm kind of like over the flying thing, but you know, you never know what'll happen. But yeah, I like driving places. I like rebuilding. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, here we go. Next message. Let's see what happens here. Let's see. We have lucky number 13 in reverse. We have shattered in reverse. We have blaze one for the nation in reverse and liar in reverse. I feel like this is some type of like somebody's lying to themselves, but they're lying to, okay. Maybe the way that I just kind of read it in my head, maybe somebody is on their way to like a string of good luck, because you've been in such bad energy for so long, but still it's almost like if you don't switch energies, right? Like the life inside of you is gonna die. Okay, it's like, you know, that when people, they're living on the edge, you know, and they know that if they continue down the road that they're going on, they are not going to make it. Okay, because it's just, you know, either the people around them or the energy around them or something. It's just like sometimes life, it lines up too many things all at once, and that's where life changes. It shifts because you realize that if you don't make a change, then that's it. Okay, and this has been coming up like for the past couple days now about somebody deciding if they're going to do something because they want to do something, but it's like basically somebody sitting on the edge of death. Okay, and it came through as the story of the eagle yesterday and how the eagle rebuilds himself, because eagles can live for like 70 years. Okay, so they have to basically do this huge cosmetic procedure the natural way and rebuild their whole body. And that's something they decide to make. Like they, you know, like you're the one that has to decide. Okay, like I'm going into a phase of my life right now where something is going to shift. Okay, and it's one of those things. If I'm not 100,000% on board, it's not going to work. Okay, because that's the thing is like it's almost like the last surge of energy, right? You go, you do it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then you know, all right, well, this is the end. Okay, you can only try so many times. Okay, now I'm getting, oh, and this was a great analogy. I'm glad I heard this story. The lady who wrote the Twilights, okay, she was a struggling single mother of like 2 or 3 kids or something like that. Anyways, doesn't matter. Even 1 kid is enough. Okay. Struggling mother. And the Twilight was the last book that she wrote. That was her last attempt. She gave herself one last time and said, you know, if these places take my book, awesome. If they don't, I have to go and get a job. I have to go get a 9 to 5. I have to change my life because I can't do this. That's what this is. Okay, technically something like that. Okay, take the analogy how it is. That's just how I'm seeing the analogy. Okay, it's like there's the perfect storm. It lines up. Oh, look at that. There's money. Okay, so this is, if this makes sense, take it. If it doesn't, don't. Okay, clickety click 66 on the fucking thing. So this is what I'm seeing. It's like, this is the perfect storm all lining up together. It would be like having that last manuscript, only having $50 left in your bank, and you go, fuck it, I'm sending the manuscript. Even if it takes my last $50, I'm doing it. And that's the manuscript that gets picked up. Look, I'm getting goosebumps all over my body. They're shooting all through my body. They're in my legs. They're everywhere. Okay. This is this. Okay. It's the last bit of something, and somebody just needs to know that if they do this, it's going to work out. And spirit can never say for sure that this is going to work out exactly the way it's going to work out. You have to do that yourself. That's where you decide to take the leap of faith and go, okay, it kind of seems like everything is lining up. How do you say no to something lining up perfectly? You kind of can't. Like, I mean, if you want to be a dick to yourself and you don't want to take the jump, then don't use your last $50. Don't do it. Don't go. Maybe there'll be another spot at another time, and then that's where you'll get your second chance. Okay. But if this is your first chance or your second chance, you know that this is only going to happen one last time, and then that's it. Right? It's usually third time is a charm. Okay, but I always say to myself, if you're determined, don't even let don't even let a third time stop you. Try a fourth and a fifth. Why not? Okay, sometimes people don't get the message. Sometimes the information doesn't go through. Okay, I know personally that I have applied to jobs using platforms, and those employers did not get my resume, even though I sent it through. Right? You want to send a resume through, drop off a hard copy as well. There's nothing wrong with showing up twice. There's nothing wrong with double sending it. Okay. Sometimes I get so angry at my father, I will send an email 3 or 4 times because he never responds. So I don't know if he gets the email. How would I know if he got it if he never responds? Right? Somebody else the other day said they didn't get an email from me. So sometimes emails, it's like you think it's secure because you put the email address in, but if you don't hear a response from somebody, usually it's probably because they didn't get the message. If people don't respond to you, they're one of these. That was almost perfect. You see how it says one-sided? Okay. If you say something that pisses somebody off and they don't respond, whatever this is, okay, if people don't respond to you, they say, read the message. That's a message in itself. That's called being a coward. Okay. That's called being a coward. Whatever this person is, you might have left them messages. You might have tried to talk to them and they're not listening to you. They're not responding to you. Okay. That's where it's like, all right, well, you know what? Maybe this is like, okay, now I'm getting, maybe you are waiting on an ex, literally, okay, for whatever fucking reason, and you've got this other opportunity, and this person's not answering the phone. They're not answering your text messages. Finally, you go, fuck it. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I have something available right in front of me, and I'm waiting for somebody to text me back. Are you fucking kidding? Nope, not doing it. Walk away, okay? Look at this. Compass right there with the clock. And then there's flight or fight. Are you going to fight or are you going to peace out? Because that's the thing. If you want to peace out on things, then, do that. If somebody asks you out or if somebody asks you something you don't want to do it, then just fucking say that. You don't want to do it, okay? But if somebody asks you out and everything's lining up, okay, perfectly, okay, you might want to say yes. If it is for you. Okay, Spirit is saying something is for you out there, okay? And don't lie to yourself, because I kind of feel like, the world is not lazy. It's not going to line up things for you as a fluke or as a temptation, okay? If they put it in front of your face, it's for a reason, all right? What up, Wolfgang? How's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a great Gutenberg day. Are you Dutch? Is that why you say, what word is that? What does that mean? Is that a Dutch word? I'm Dutch. I feel like that's Dutch. Or is it German? Guten Tag? That sounds like a Dutch word. That sounds very Dutch. That's like, Oh, okay. So, okay, because Dutch and German are a lot alike. All right, you're part German? Okay. That makes sense. Man, German men are built so differently. Like, I feel like the German men I have met, they look like robots in a good way. Like, they look like they're like perfectly chiseled, all 6'2", dark hair, light eyes, six packs. Like, do all German men have six packs? And eat sausage? Because I feel like you all do. I feel like it's just something that you guys just all have. I don't know if it runs in the family. You tell me. They are greed and cold. Germans? You think Germans are all greedy and cold? Oh, God, Diane, don't start a friggin' war on the channel. That seems like you're starting a mini war there, Diane. You be careful with yourself. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Sometimes you just find that couch a little too often, eh? Hey, good for you. They're hard to keep. Like you said, they're hard to keep. As you get older, you Germans, I swear, it's like you're all built the same. I've yet to find one that looks different. So I'm like, prove me otherwise, please, universe. Show me a fat, short German. I would love to see one, okay? Because I've never seen one before. I have a bunch of 20-year-old dudes in my backyard right now. There's taking apart engines, and if only I was 20 years younger, I'd be out there in a second washing my car. Hey, boys, what's going on? But I'm way too old. Way too old for these guys. Ha, these are all the guys that helped me with my generator at 3 a.m. when I had no power. They take cigarettes and joints as payment because they're 20. All right, what are we going to do next? Oh, someone's calling the old spirit. The old spirit gods. Fat German doesn't exist. I told you. I know, there are no fat Germans. They just don't exist. They don't. They get little pot bellies as they get older, but like that's the most I've seen. So I've seen pot bellies and that's it. And pot bellies are usually just fecal matter backed up in a man's system, all right? Okay, what is the animal that wants to come out here? Animal spirits. Ooh, here we go. The scarab beetle. It came out again. This took the fucking reading last night. Regeneration. Okay. To the Egyptians, the scarab beetle symbolized the powers that govern the celestial bodies. A great scarab was thought to roll the sun across the sky. This belief arose from a scarab's habit of shaping a piece of ox dung into a ball, into which it lays its eggs and rolling it about, generally from east to west. Scarab-like jewels are often placed in tombs of deceased relatives to give them the power of the sun and to facilitate their resurrection. All right, resurrection. Why do I feel like that's the main word? And then I just got this Silverchair song in my head. Suicidal Dream. To resurrection. So maybe somebody like wanted to die and now they don't want to die. Again, why do we keep doing this? Potbelly is it really is. I feel bad for people who have potbellies. Honestly, it's so hard to get rid of. Why are we on this life or death thing, people? Life or death, life or death, life or death. Like, this is another life or death. let's see. The Hermit again. Why do I feel like the Hermit comes out every reading? Every goddamn reading. And then the Ten of Cups. Oh, I know it's going to get you. It's like, I feel like now the way that I'm looking at, okay, so the Hermit is looking, look at how the Hermit is looking at the Scarab card. It's kind of like, he's like bringing light to it, you know? And then the other side of it is this. So I feel like somebody is going to get on the other side of something. They're going to get on the other side of something. They need to, it's like, get out of their head, get into their life, get moving. Okay, Three of Pentacles, get working. Because somebody's got a very, like, happy future. Like, it looks really happy, but it's like, do I want to be happy? I don't know. High Priestess with the Knight of Wands. And then the Page of Pentacles. And then the Two of Cups. So the High Priestess knows that energy is moving, okay? Okay, Ace of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. Again with this money, like I feel like somebody has to initiate money in order to get to a happy place. Like, you know, like sometimes you don't want to spend $20,000 on school, but you have to in order to get the happy place in it. Okay. Like Page of Pentacles with the Two of Cups. Page of Pentacles brings the Two of Cups. An idea brings something together. So there's some type of fire in the ether. Okay, someone's like picking up. You're going to pick this up. Okay, if this is a good move for you or not. Maybe you're like trying to figure out if you're, again, this indecisiveness, I feel like, what do I do? Do I go this way? Do I go that way? And every message is choose life. Every single one of them is choose life. It's just life is going to be really hard. And once you realize that, it's like, okay, well, this is, you know, life is it kind of should be looked at like it's not easy, right? Just because it's your idea of something perfect doesn't mean that it's easy to get there. Maybe it's going to be really fucking hard to get there. Now I'm getting this, it's a British song. And I really like it. I really like this song. So I feel like, and I have no idea what it's called. I have no idea who sings it. And I'm pretty sure Spirit knows I have no idea who sings it. But I like the song. And that's the message, is that the Ten of Cups, like, you're going to like the song, whether you know who sings it, who the band is, and everything about it, you're going to like it. You don't have to know everything about something in order to like it. You know, you kind of find out things as you go. The more you build, the more, you know, you lay, the more you, because maybe you're like, I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't know if I'm going to really want to do it, blah, blah, blah. And like, if you're just used to giving up on things, then, you know, this might not be for you. But if you're used to starting things that actually work, that you really want to do, then no money is wasted. Okay, no money is wasted. Sometimes the fire is not enough. Like, I mean, you need to spend money on something. There needs to be a transaction somewhere with the page. The page has to put the seed somewhere. Okay. Because it's not money that even puts these two people together. It's the energy. Right? It's like, yeah, okay, so there's another analogy. I mean, what if you're single, okay, and you're like, okay, well, I want to go to the movies, or I want to go to a theme park, or I want to take myself out for the day. You're gonna have to spend money, but then you might actually meet somebody, okay, but you're not thinking that that's what's gonna happen. But you're like, okay, well, I'll spend money. I'll go for the day. I really like doing that anyways. And then that's what comes out of it, right? Sometimes that happens. You have to take the leap, which is the Knight of Wands, because that that's the direction that you're going. Okay, it's that you want to plant your seed, or you want to spend your money. Now it's like, what do you want to spend your money on? Because that's what, maybe you want to check someplace out. Like some of these places that I go to, when I go out and eat, especially in, new towns and stuff, I go there and I eat because I want to know if I would want to work there or not. If I can't stand the place, I can't stand the food, I can't stand the people, there's no manager, there's no this, there's no that. At least I checked it out before I put my resume in. Right? Like, you might not have to know everything, but check it out, check it out. See what happens. Regeneration. I feel like, we use money is such a evil thing. Okay. But it's there for a reason. We need it. Okay. But then when it comes down to, we can use it to our advantage sometimes. Okay. And now I'm getting, I was thinking about this the other day, that fucking rapper from Toronto, Drake. Okay. He took this chick out on a date, and he friggin' rented like the entire CN Tower fucking field to like make her dinner or some shit. I watched the video. I was like, that probably cost him like $300,000 just to rent that out for like some chick. And he like helicoptered her in and shit. I was like, wow, like, I don't know, maybe that's what it, I don't really think it's that, but I'm just saying that's like the analogy or something like that, right? Canada doesn't claim Drake. What? I don't know what that means, but anyways, I worked for his uncle, actually, selling weed. Oh. Drake was my gardener. All right, what are we at? 104.40. All right, let's do the dice. Ooh, South Node with the 12th house and Sagittarius. Oh my God, this is huge. Oh my God, this is huge. This is leaving imprisonment behind and moving forward. Honestly. That's what that all is about. Like, South Node would be, you have your back to it. 12th house, last house, that's it. That's literally imprisonment. I will tell you what the 12th house is about. Beyond the personal, imprisonment, but also privacy, forgiveness, intuition, and magic. With Sagittarius, that fucking arrow just going straight. Oof. This is a sweet reading. All right, give it to me. Temperance. I'm telling you, there's fucking temperance again. Okay, this is high Sagittarius energy. And you never guess what came out. Because, you know, apparently they never miss a reading now. There's the Hermit. Like I said, every fucking reading, the Hermit is here. Virgo energy, okay? Queen of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. 5 of Pentacles. 7 of Cups. Okay, so I kind of feel like, ooh, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm talking about. Knock, knock, knocking on fucking heaven's door. Okay, that's it. That's where you're going. Oh my God, this is amazing. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune. It means, so something enticing, okay, something seductive, slutty, mischievous, conniving, you are turning your back to. I don't know. It's going to be a person, okay? Whether you physically do this in 3D or if this is being done in another realm, I don't know. But this Queen of Pentacles, okay, which is Mike's mom, which is hilarious because Mike is right beside her, okay? This bitch, okay, it's funny. She's one of my favorite people in the show. But then, okay, all of a sudden in season 4 or season 3, I'm not sure which one it is. I think it's 4, but she starts hanging out at the pool and checking out this fucking lifeguard. Like I just said, 20-year-olds in my backyard. Okay, I'm not a fucking 45-year-old with 3 kids at home and a husband. Okay, checking dudes out in my backyard. No, she goes to a pool with her like 6-year-old daughter to spy on the fucking 17-year-old lifeguard. Okay, disgusting. And she wears this little fucking bikini, tries to entice him, makes out with him. He's a fucking kid. Okay, he's a fucking kid. Okay, that's disgusting. Pedophiles are in women as well, okay? I don't care if you were 17 years old and the fucking 45-year-old woman grabbed you and made out with you. She assaulted you. Doesn't matter that I was a woman and you were a guy, okay? That often gets looked past. Okay, they think sexy, seductive women, you know, boys will be boys. They obviously did it to themselves. No, that woman chose to make out with a child. Doesn't matter how hot she thinks she is or how, you know, you hit puberty and you've got hair down there. It doesn't matter. You're still a 17-year-old boy. You're still a 16-year-old boy. Okay, so this is kind of fucked up. Okay, so then temperance, okay, with this 12th house, with the 10 of Pentacles. So somebody can now escape the Queen of Pentacles because they have the money of their own, which they've been waiting to acquire while sitting in this prison, waiting to get out. Okay. So when the future brings Sagittarian energy, that's the energy right now that you're using to put this slut in your rearview mirror and never look back. Okay, you don't turn around, you don't U-turn, you don't even crank your neck, don't rub her neck, don't look. She's in your past. She doesn't need to ever show up in your future again. She's a whore and you fucking know it, okay? So, in the future with the Hermit mode is when Elle goes into her pool and she transports herself basically into another world, okay? So that's where this future is. You're going to be then transported into another world, which is the 7 of Cups in a sense where it's going to be kind of like foggy a little bit. You might not really know where you're going because after enslavement, imprisonment, what ends up happening, it's almost like I see somebody, right? And the door gets opened on this cave door, you know, where they've been in the dark and, you know, imprisoned by somebody, and they open up the door because they can't keep you, you know, locked up anymore. And you're literally like, you know, the sun hurts your eyes, right? You're not going to know like what the fuck you're doing because it's going to be, it might be like a little bit disorienting, okay, of like not really knowing where you're going because you have been locked up for so long that things have changed, like, when you're watching those videos of people who get out of prison and like, it's just very hard for them to adapt to the world because the world has changed drastically sometimes with depending how long people are gone for. Okay. So you've been gone for a long time. Okay. And things have changed. And that's why with the door, it's a whole new opportunity behind that door, which is why you have the Wheel of Fortune. You already kind of knew that the wheel was going to change something in your life. You just didn't know what. Okay. And now a door appears. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a door appears. And the thing is, I really think you want to knock on it. All right. Queen of Wands. Oh my God. Okay. So that's when Elle's controlling. She can, she has, I think that's called telekinesis, where you can actually physically move objects. So she can move objects, and that's her moving a van. Okay. So then she can block these people. So these people don't come in and take her away again. So maybe that's the door. Maybe you want to shut the door behind you. So then this bitch can't knock on the door anymore. Lock it. In the beginning, they were stealing because they said that your fucking door wasn't locked. So they could just go in and take, even though it wasn't their property, it wasn't their stuff, but they blamed it on you. Okay. This is this shit of like locking the door and physically putting something in front of it. So then they can't get in. Somebody's taking things from your mind. I really feel like this is like mind manipulation. They're coming into your mind library and they're fucking shit up for you. Okay. They're a whore. They're such a whore. Okay. It's not even funny. They're feeding off of like your immaturity or something like that, or your lack of knowledge, right? That you should be finding her attractive, that you should, be a child staring at your mother or something like that. Yes, you should find your mother attractive or something. I don't know, man. I don't know if this is about your mom. I don't know. This is like, the fact that it's Mike's mom and Mike is right beside her kind of is giving me that like, I don't know if your mom's a little bit of like, now I'm getting, I don't know if you ever watched the series called The Killing. Not the European version, but there's a version, actually it is the European version, but it's in English. Okay, I think it was filmed in Seattle. Yeah, it was filmed in Seattle. Anyways, Belko, okay, his mom is like seriously fucking twisted. Okay, she like gets naked in front of him. She makes him look at her in the bath, and she's like always calling him a baby, and like, oh my God, he's a fuck grown man. Like, it's like seriously fucking twisted shit. Okay, mothers and their fucking sons it's just very weird. I don't know why this is coming up. I'm very sorry. This is very like uncomfortable. Like, I'm almost getting like nails on a chalkboard. This is so uncomfortable to me. Okay, now I'm also getting Red Dragon. The way that the mother dies and then the son has to go and live with the grandmother who clearly starts to abuse him, constantly threatening to cut his thing off. And it's just like he gets so psychologically twisted with it, that he tries to kill a woman in the end. I mean, he's killing people because of what this woman has instilled on him. He hears her day and night just yelling in his mind. And that's the thing. Like, I can hear my stepmother yelling in my head. Okay, everything she wants to do to me, every way she wants me to hurt. She doesn't want me to have any money. She doesn't want me to be loved. There are so many things that she yells in my head, like Red Dragon with the grandmother. Like, you wouldn't believe, like, sometimes it takes a while to notice what's happening to you. Okay, sometimes it takes to watch a movie to realize, like, is that what's going on with me? Because the thing is that movie is a spinoff of somebody else's mind. Okay, so if you see something in a movie, and that's why, like I say, sometimes when I watch movies, what I say is I'm doing research. Like, there's something in that show or in that movie that I need to know about. Okay, and they encrypt these movies and these shows with messages hidden on the inside, right? And it takes somebody really looking at a puzzle. You can remember those puzzles that you could look at and you had to do something to your eyes and then this image would come out? Okay, that is using your gifts. Okay, it is as simple as that, okay, of looking at something and having the image come out, because things want to hide themselves in other things, like loving, beautiful women, right? They look like they're your mother, like they're not going to hurt anybody. My mother was a fucking witch. My mother was a drunk, okay? She was an abusive asshole, but she was a mom, so everybody just assumed she was a great woman because she hid. She was a good-looking woman, right? She was skinny, right? She had a fucking, she had her look. She had a great personality, right? She's very outgoing. Men were naturally attracted to her all the time. Okay. And sometimes, like, my mother could have done evil things with her looks if she really wanted to. And I believe she did. Okay. People's mothers can do that shit. Okay. They play a fucking role and then they go, well, I'm a mother. I'm a mother. So what's that got to do with it? You spread your legs, you got fucking pumped and dumped in, and you fucking got a child at your pussy. Why do you want so much fucking appraisal for? Why are you sitting here telling me that you're a mother? Why don't you go and actually fucking be one? Because like these bitches that have been around me talk about being moms. I don't actually see them being a mother ever. My father, I'm the greatest dad in the world. I had the best kids, blah, blah, blah. Yo, that motherfucker was never around. He was working, and if he wasn't working, he was sleeping. I don't ever remember him being there. You know who was there? His bitchy, fat little fucking cunt wife. That's who was there. He wasn't there. Okay, so people who weren't there that pretend to be there and then look at bitches like, oh, well, clearly you didn't do anything wrong to my kid because you look perfect. Oh, so your kid's obviously the asshole? Yeah, that's right, because your kid's going off of looks, right? No, I believe daddy is. So somebody is walking the fuck away from something, and God bless you. Go to that door, fucking slam it, and leave that slut on the other fucking side of that door, all right? It's going to be the best decision you ever made in your life. I can guarantee you. Not seeing my stepmother is the best thing I've ever done in my life. She was such a conniving, she was a whore. Like, she's a whore. She uses her body. She wears the tightest clothes. She pumps her fucking boobs out all the time. She talks about her boobs. She talks about sex. She talks about the fucking most disgusting things. She fucking makes you seem like you're not a woman if you don't fucking dress all in pink and have pink makeup on and do your pink little nails and fuck your husband every night and tell everybody about it. You're not a woman. Apparently, not having sex for 10 years has made me a lesbian. In her mind, I'm a lesbian. Or am I clean? Oh, because you don't know what it's like to not have sex for 10 years? I'm some type of weirdo? You know what I mean? Like, fuck you. People who don't understand you. And actually, I have had sex within 10 years with one person who was my boyfriend, but for a very short time. And then I went celibate again. And I don't really care about who the fuck cares about sex? Honestly, if you care about sex, you're a fucking loser. Okay? Sex is like, it's not even on the table. Why does it even matter? It's supposed to be there for one thing and one thing only. And yet we're like, oh my God, the whole world's about sex. No, it's not. Oh my God. Get your fucking minds out of the gutter. So stupid. Fucking ruins everything. It's a ruiner. Literally. And what some people do to keep it in their life. And then they make fun of people like me while they're getting their gonorrhea looked at. Oh, the warrior. 119.44. What is up with the warrior, people? Strength and the high priestess of spirit. I'm getting super thirsty, so this is going to have to be the last reading because I I freaking split my lip right here. Hurts like a motherfucker. It's like every time I say a word. I think I must have just split it during this reading. Oh, God, it hurts. It's like a fucking paper cut. Woo! Woo! Okay. 2, 35, and 7. Okay. The warrior, strength, high priestess of spirit. Okay. I feel like the fight is real and somebody has to fight if they want something. Page of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, the World. This is what I'm saying. Page of Swords would be say something. With the 6 of Pentacles, which would be, you see how he's got the scales there? And then he's got that little bird on top of his head. And see the bird in the Page of Swords? She is the bird. Okay, so that could be some type of like epiphany. Okay, on landing on something justified or something even, like maybe you don't know how to, like I said, remember I said I paid the guys to come work for me with joints and cigarettes. Okay, maybe you're trying to figure out how to pay somebody. Okay, and the thing is that you're going to come to a conclusion. The thing is you might have to fight for it. That's what I don't understand. Fight for what's right. And, you know, I was thinking about doing this thing where I have a lot of like repeat customers. I've been doing this for like online for over 10 years. Okay. So I've had like one client, even some you'll see on the chat from my previous channel from like 7 years ago. Right. So I have clients that I've had for quite a long time, like 10 years. And I was thinking all of a sudden because like one of my clients, she gets a reading every year. Right? It's like every year, like March, April, she does a reading. And she has for 10 years. And so I was all of a sudden thinking to myself, you know, like I kind of owe her now like a free reading. Right? So I was thinking doing something like, you know, if somebody purchases 5 readings, okay, then, or like 4 readings, and the 5th one would be for free. Kind of like, you know, my way of saying thank you for the 4 readings that you paid for. I'll give you like a half an hour reading for free. If you want to do an extra half an hour, it'd be like $50 or something like that, right? I was just thinking that, like last night, I think that came to my head. And I thought, you know what, that's kind of like a nice idea. Like, because I could easily keep track of that. There's not that many people, okay, over the years. So it's not like I can't keep track of it myself. I'm a grown woman. I can do that. So maybe, I mean, it just came to me to say, so, I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to do it for sure. Like if I might like stem off of that or something like that. Or like, I don't know. There's some things I'm like thinking about to do with the channel. It's just, you know, orchestrating it, and then I have to do a website. So there's like a lot of things that I want to do. I just don't know like which ones to do first. So I feel like maybe that's what maybe you're trying to do the same thing. All right. To be honest, websites are super, super easy to put together. They're time consuming. They take a lot of time, but they're super easy to put together. There's a lot of them that you can get. You buy your own domain, you buy your own website, you get everything. Oh, you son of a bitch. Jesus Christ. This guy's got a fucking bike like you wouldn't believe. He bought a fucking motorcycle. Oh my God, these guys next door amaze me on how they make money. Oh my God, I'm telling you, you do not have to have a job, like an actual job, to make money. Like, you want to hustle, you can fucking hustle. These kids hustle. Holy fuck. Anyways, they're catching my eye because, like, you wouldn't believe the things that you can do, okay? It's not like, you know, like people think sometimes things are so hard, and it's going to be so hard to set up a website, or it's going to be so hard to do this, or it's going to be so hard. And, like, they've designed it now to be, like, so easy. Okay, they literally designed it to be so easy now that everybody can do it. You don't need to go somewhere to have somebody create something for you. Like I said, I've designed just myself 3 websites already. Okay, 3 websites, and every single one of them I just end up, canning, and then I'm like, well, whatever, I'll just start another one, I'll open up another one, do another one, because it's so easy. They basically do everything for you. It's like a step by step, right? So as long as you generally know the theme of what you want to do, I mean, fish around on that web, right? Because like I said, 4 readings and then the 5th one's for free, right? Something like that. Like maybe there's an idea here of how to give back. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you really want to give back. Okay, because you realize that, like, I mean, there's like tons of people out there, with like little clothing shops and stuff that if you order from them, like order locally and stuff, you order from them and they get like a free gift, right? They put little free gifts inside and stuff that like literally cost nothing. Sometimes they're just like decals or stickers or something, and you're like, oh my God, I spent $100 on this sweater, but look what they gave me, free stickers. That shit makes a difference. Like, I was going to ask this guy if he still had sweaters, because I'm like, I love like supporting local businesses, and like, I don't care if the fucking, for the most part, I mean, I think the most I've spent on somebody's local brand sweater was like $50. Okay. And then you're like advertising for them. You're like, yeah, you should like go here. It's the best. Okay. Like, I don't know, man, get some free gear out there. There's the 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups. And I said 666. Oh my God. And look there's the Lovers. Number 6. 666. This is divine as fuck. And the Hermit again. Honestly, every reading? Is there a Virgo in here? Is it like just all Virgo energy, or somebody hiding? The wise old owl. Okay. That's what that is. The wise old brown owl. Oh my God. It's almost like when it comes to you, it's going to come to you on how to do it. Okay, there's the 9 of Wands. And then the 4 of Swords. Like, sleep on it. Think about it. Think about what you would want to give back. There's the King of Cups. Because I do feel like you want to give something back. Right? And that's what's awesome about it, because like, I mean, small businesses rock. Okay. Like, it's like, I love Instagram because it helps me connect with people that I would rather, connect with than go mainstream bullshit, fucking $150, stupid sweater or something, when I can, oh my God, support local. Okay. Queen of Cups. Wow. Like, somebody loves something. And that's the thing, is when you love your business, when you love what you do. Oh man, back in the day when I used to sell weed sometimes. I was never a dealer, but every now and then, like, everybody knew I had weed. So they just be like, Whitney, you have weed? Always dudes. Okay. And I never waited, or like, for the most part, I didn't even charge them for it. I'd just be like, here, fucking take a nug, take 2 or whatever. And the things that some of these guys would give me as a payment, right? Because again, I wasn't a drug dealer, so I didn't want money. Like, I just worked. Like, where I worked, I planted a lot of plants, and the revenue was a lot of weed and a lot of money. So I just had a lot of weed. Okay. So I was like, whatever, I don't need your fucking money. The things that these kids sometimes came up with, oh my God, they bring me Guinness. They bring me presents. They take me out for dinner. Oh, they were so cute. They'd be like, oh, okay, well, next time if I'm, stopping by like McDonald's, do you want something? I'd be like, yeah, man, I really love those Big Macs. Like, sometimes, honestly, it's just like, and like the kids next door with the weed and the fucking cigarettes, like my sister goes to the cheap place to get smokes, and like just, you know, sometimes gives people packs of smokes for free because everybody smokes, and cigarettes are like $20 a pack. And if you can get them cheap and you can give them away as payment, then why not do that? Like, I don't know. The thing is, like, the possibilities are endless, right? Because the thing is that I worked for this one restaurant. It was kind of a fine dining restaurant. And for their birthdays, they would always give a brownie. Okay, so like years later, I started working there again, and I was like, okay, well, you know, birthday brownies, what up with that? And they're like, oh, we don't do that anymore. And I'm like, okay, why? And she's like, and the main cook, okay, and the owner were son and mother. And so the son was there with the mom, and I was like, fucking Andrew, what the fuck? Like, you're gonna do that to people? And he's like, well, when we sat down and did it, he's like, those free brownies cost $14,000 a year to do. He's like, so we just don't do it. And I'm like, okay, $14,000 over 12 months. Okay, so you're looking at $100 a month. No, $1,000 a month. Okay, you're looking at $1,000 a month. Like, you can't cut that in any way. Like, you can't do like a birthday sorbet instead, or like you know, a creme brulee. You know how cheap creme brulee is? I'm sorry, but it's like fucking pudding. Okay, it's like vanilla, sugar, and like condensed milk. Like, grow up, really. And it really sucked because as I was serving, you know, there was a lot of people that come into that place from around town and still, you know, oh, it's my daughter's birthday. Oh, are you guys doing anything for birthdays? It's a fine dining restaurant. Okay, minimum your bill is $100 minimum for two people to come in for dinner. Okay, even our lunches, like you're spending minimum $50. Okay, you can't give them something free on their birthday. Like, really? Your entrees are $50, right? But like, it's like you just stick with one thing. Okay, well, just because the previous owner did the brownie, why can't you change it? If it's going to cost you money, don't let it cost you money. But if you know, you've been doing that person did it for 10 years and now you're taking over the business, you don't think maybe to do something? I mean, if you don't want to, you don't want to. Like I said, I've been doing this for 10 years. I never given anything for free. But I mean, but I do fucking free readings all day. I'm like, wait a second. I do free shit all day. So come on, you know. And then there's those, I love those people too on the internet and stuff, in order to, you know, publicize their business. They do like how-to videos, and they do how to do it yourself and all this shit from an expert point of view and stuff. Like, you could do that. You could do videos that promote your business, right? Your at-home business or whatever, by showing people how you, like, if you're, you know, if you make jewelry and you sell jewelry, then make some videos on how you make the jewelry. And then you get people watching your YouTube or people watching your Instagram or whatever, and then you get more clientele on your Etsy, right? It just kind of seems to make sense. It's like, but sometimes we have to give up our time, right? We have to give up our time, and we're not going to get paid for it, but the payment is in the future. That's why you're the warrior, because you know that the payment is in the future. It's already there. So the more you work on it, the more you're instilling your future, and people can, you know, get something for free or get something out of it that kind of just, you know, helps being there. I mean, everybody wants something for free. Okay. And I mean, at restaurants and stuff, what do you get for free? The vinegar and the ketchup, right? The salt and the pepper, the shit that's on the table. They start making you pay for that. Would you want to go to a restaurant if they were going to make you pay for ketchup? Because there are some places you ask for a side of ketchup and they charge you $1 on the bill. Like, I worked at this one place, they had that Frank's Red Hot sauce on the table, and then all of a sudden one day he was like, all right, take them off. It's too expensive having it on, blah, blah, blah. No problem. Okay, take it off. But then he was like, if they want it, charge them $1. Okay, so you just took it off the table where it was for free, and now you want me to say I have to charge $1 for it? You motherfucker, you want them to throw drinks in my face? Like, at least just take it off the table, and if they want it, they just have to ask for it. and then give that like a couple months, and then you start charging for it. The fuck? I don't know. Some people are so backwards. Once they get into like money troubles or something, they literally think that 10 cents or a penny is what's making them broke. And then they try to get too much money in a small amount of time from people. And you can't do that. You can't like get people to pay your bills for you. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I'm just saying society-wise, like that never works out good for anybody. And then you can end up losing clients. Forcing them to pay shit because you don't have the money now. All right, what's the time? 1:36:15. Okay, I feel like I have enough juice for one last reading. And literally just juice in my cup because I really want to make a new coffee and chill the fuck out. No way. You know what's so weird about that? I do not use public bathrooms unless I absolutely have to. But I don't like public bathrooms. I'd rather just pee beside my car in a parking lot than go into public bathrooms because they're so nasty most of the time, especially in a McDonald's. Ugh, I'm not going to a bathroom in a McDonald's. But that's fucking crazy that they charge you money. I mean, people will just charge money for anything. My goodness. Ooh, butterfly, transformation, joy, beauty, and transience. I just heard Hannibal Lecter in my head. He's a transient. I just watched Silence of the Lambs. Maybe I have to watch another one. Maybe I have to watch Red Dragon. I've been trying to watch it, but the only version on my goddamn Prime is French. It pisses me off. There's the autumn card, Bounty and Balance. Ooh. Bounty and Balance. Future card, Seeds. You know what I just got in this? Sowing the seeds of love. The seeds of love. Sowing the seeds. I have the seed of life on my thumb right here. I love it. I always kiss it. And that's corn. You know how many things, like so much shit has corn in it? Oh my good God. If you have a corn allergy, I feel very sorry for you. Okay. I can't get that song in my head, Sowing the Seeds of Love. Is that Tears for Fears? I think it is. You know what's so weird? Is Spirit's telling me, okay, so autumn and then seeds. When in reality, if you want transformation, you would have to plant the seeds before you got the harvest. So I feel like something's changing. It means, I just heard the algorithm is changing. Okay. So you have, okay, so the harvest is, I know you're going through a harvest right now. Okay. You might get an increase of money or an increase of like, I don't know, stability, structure. Something is going to feel good. Okay. When the bounty comes in, because then you'll know the balance is there. The stability is there, which create the seeds of the new ideas and hope of the future, which is the future. Okay, so if you went through a transformation recently, okay, whether you changed like your look, you changed your house, your appearance, something, okay, something changed about you, then this is about you. Okay, take what resonates. The energy that you're in right now is creating a space in the future for you. where you're going to have so many seeds. Okay, like think of it this way. So it's showing in this card, see how it's got those like little, all those pieces of corn. I can't get my goddamn words. I mean, there is an acorn there, but see those little individual corn pieces would all be a seed technically, okay, of a piece of corn. In the abundant one, okay, see there's 2 stalks of corn. 1, 2. If you think of just how many pieces of corn are in 2 stalks, okay, that's like, oh my God, like at least you're looking at least 100 seeds minimum, okay, minimum. And I'm just saying that just to, just say a number, but I mean, minimum 100 seeds, okay? That's what you're minimally going to have in the future, which is amazing because whatever happened, something in the past died, which is what you transformed out of. Okay, by transforming out of it, the universe gave you a bounty. It gave you like the end of a harvest. It's like when somebody's got their crops going or whatever and they die. And you're like, well, you know what? Old man Rivers died, so just go and live there and take his crops. They're just going to go bad anyways. You can probably do something with it. You might as well. But it's like the end of the season. So you're like, okay, well, half of it's going to go bad now, but none of it's going to go bad because you're going to use the seeds out of all of it. So nothing is going to get wasted. And you didn't even fucking plant it because you weren't there. Okay? Walking stuff, yeah. It's like the universe is just gonna fucking hook somebody up. And I know that sounds weird or like too good to be true, but there's the sickle: focus, regrowth, and letting go. If universe knows, okay, that you are consciously trying to move forward and you're doing everything to do it, and like obviously by changing, okay, you're doing everything that you can to change, then it's almost like, okay, they're just going to trust you. Now they're just going to trust you and they're going to give you the support that you need because you let go and transformed, which some people can't do. They can't become a different person. They don't want to. They want to, lay in their hate. They want to stay the same, They want to blame everybody else for everything. When some people, they grow up, they grow out of that shit. They don't want to blame people for their problems anymore. They'd rather just deal with their problems, because putting people in front of your problems and blaming them, then how does that get the problem solved? It doesn't. Right? So, waiting for somebody doesn't necessarily do anything. Keep on moving. So now, like you obviously were, I don't know, waiting for something, and then you transformed while waiting, and the universe is pretty fucking proud of you. They're encouraging you to keep moving forward. Leadership, creativity. Stability, simplicity. Wow, stability, simplicity. That's all about the seed under the ground. Okay, so see how they have, like, see how the seed is germinating under the ground, okay? But what they did was they made this wall. They made this kind of like mountain. So as the seed grows, it has more stability. Right? Because sometimes when seedlings pop out, okay, they're very weak and they have a hard time holding themselves up. So then you build, the soil around them to help, them stabilize themselves, so then they have a chance, right? Because they can't have that much get put on, like strain, get put on it, or the tree won't grow. It can't. The plant can't grow. Okay, so then you help it. You help stabilize it. Right. So that's why I feel like with the walking stuff, it's like you're going to get encouragement to move forward because they want you to move forward, because they know that this is going to be hard. Whatever this is, your future is not going to be easy, but that's the thing, is like, who's looking for easy? Just looking at this point of like, wanting it to be done. Okay. Wanting it to be like, are we capable of doing it, or is it not even possible? Like, this is possible. This is something that it just starts off hard, right? Because it starts off hard, and that's why you get given the whole harvest, because I don't think anybody gave you anything. I don't think anybody gave you anything. So the universe has to help you now. And my mind has gone completely silent. So that is the end of the reading. I feel very calm, very wonderful right now. Pine tree, look at it. I didn't even mean to do that. Vitality, longevity, and perseverance. It's almost like, the harder you try and the longer you persevere and you push through things, right? Instead of just giving up and turning around, life gets pretty damn interesting, all right? So stay tuned for your life opening up in many ways. And from my house to yours, this reading is complete. What is the time? 1:46:51. Thank you so much for being here. This was an awesome reading. Awesome energy. I know. Red Dragon in freaking French. Like, means I'm going to have to pay to rent it. And I just really don't want to do that. But I might just not give a fuck and pay to rent it, because it's just going through my head. Oh, God, I think they're going to start chainsaws now. So this is the perfect time to sayonara before all the chainsaws start going off in my backyard. Peace out. Again, thanks for being here. And you all were awesome. All right. Peace. Have a good one. Word to your mothers. Peace out, Diane. Peace out, Wolfgang. I will see you all tomorrow.